Hi, I'm Sydney Rogers, and welcome to another edition of FLX Weekly here at FingerLakes1.com. It is November 13th, 2019, and we are live inside the FingerLakes1.com studios, where I am joined by Jim Senacropi and Eve Fuller, who is a registered dietitian at Clifton Springs Hospital. And we're going to be talking about enjoying the upcoming holiday season without overindulging. But today's show is brought to you by DA Liquors in Seneca Falls, and Amy and her team wish you a happy and safe holiday season. You can make sure you have just the right whites for your big turkey feast. Stop down today at 20 Bridge Street in Seneca Falls. They're open from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day for all your last minute needs. And also, Amy just put out her new Barstool Amsterdam vodka. It's in her stores today. And that was our sponsor. I think that's awesome that she's open on Thanksgiving.
All the holidays are open. She's open in the morning.
Yeah, and that's nobody else does it around here, so she's the one that you got to go to get your whites. But
or reds.
Well, yeah, but whites go better with turkey.
Or Barstool vodka.
Yeah, she told me that whites go better with a turkey dinner.
That's true.
But welcome very much.
Welcome very much.
Welcome very much. I'm so glad that you're here. I think this is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be awesome because I bet a lot of people in the holiday season overindulge and they eat way
overindulge.
Too much.
Food, beer, liquor,
everything, because they're so holly and jolly and ready to just stuff their faces.
It starts with Thanksgiving, and this is a show is near and dear to my heart because every single year I enter the month of March or April at like 224 to 228 and weight. And then I take weight off. It falls off all summer long until this time of year. I generally am at like 198.
Wow.
So that's a lot.
So you gain all that weight.
And I always say to myself, this year I'm not going to put it back on in the winter.
So the New Year's resolutions.
I can't do those, but by mid-December I'm already halfway home. I'm back because I just can't stop. So I'm going to listen.
Yeah,
to Eve,
me too.
And hopefully we'll pick up some tips.
Yeah, I'd love to hear your tips too.
Yes, so actually the research shows that the average American does gain about 1 to 2 pounds during the holidays.
That's it? Wow.
It could have gone up. I mean, they do this research every year, every couple years, so it could go up. That's what I have right now. But maybe we can have some tips so we can save our New Year's resolutions to save money or travel and not have to go to the gym. We see the memberships influx kind of during the month of January, so
makes sense.
Yeah. So we have our big Thanksgiving dinner, the Christmas dinner, our holiday parties, and even into New Year's Eve. So we have our friends, family, and our lovely traditions all kind of surrounded around our favorite foods and treats.
Cookies.
Absolutely.
There's always so many cookies.
The cookies.
Baked goods, yum.
Pies.
Yep.
Everything.
So Grandma's Christmas cookies, I mean, we can kind of start there.
All
She's
right.
bringing you over a big tray. Pick your favorites. Share them with the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, that's
Share them with your
tip.
family. Bring them to work. People will eat them. Put them in the break room.
Yeah.
Or, we can always tell Grandma maybe give us just a little tray for the season.
That is so true in my household.
Grandma will be offended by that.
Yeah, I was going to say, just already, TJ's grandma,
love. She wants to fatten you up.
brings the big Tupperware, and it's already starting. It's already
Grandmas encourage us to eat a lot. But so the first tip I'm going to share is kind of leading up to your holiday meal.
Okay.
And what I'm going to tell you about is don't save your meal or save yourself. Don't skip meals. We have this misconception that if we don't eat breakfast or lunch, we're cutting all these calories to save up for the big meal. Well, that's completely false. Because think about when you're starving, you're ravenous, you're going to go sit down at a meal. Like, you're going to overeat, right? Mm-hmm. And we're so hungry, we might tend to choose some more calorically dense items or order extra and things like that. So don't skip breakfast or lunch. And in fact, when you're eating breakfast and lunch, you want to include some fiber-rich fruits, vegetables, whole grains. They have nutrients and will keep us full.
And not eat as much at the big dinner.
Right.
Well, let's talk Thanksgiving dinner. turkey's white meat. That's pretty lean, right?
It is lean. All the fat is in the skin.
Yeah, the
So-
best
My
part.
favorite part. Well, that's okay. I just love it. I just won't eat as much. How about that?
Well, even the dark meat is fine. It's really just your skin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. What about the stuffing and the mashed potatoes and the yummy gravy goodness?
So all that good stuff. When you're building your plate, think about putting half the plate as fruits and vegetables. You really want to start off like that.
Cranberry sauce count?
Great. Maybe this is a bad idea, this show. It's going to take away all my goodness.
Potatoes a vegetable?
Yeah.
Potatoes a starch,
Right.
and when we're making mashed potatoes, we're probably putting in a lot of butter, a lot of milk, salt, and pepper. So, I mean, like coming into the meal, there might be hors d'oeuvres too. Stay away from the table. Don't sit at that hors d'oeuvre table.
It's so true.
Keep
It's like
yourself
calling
from
us out.
grazing because you're going to sit there and you're going to graze.
You're calling me out. That's exactly what I do. So
If you want to pick some appetizers, try to go for the lighter fare. If they have a veggie tray and dip, fresh fruit, even a couple cheese and crackers. You want to save yourself for the main course anyway, right? You
Yeah.
want
Oh, yeah.
you want to enjoy your meal.
yeah.
So after the meal, 3 pieces of pie instead of 4?
Try to pick your favorite dessert. I tell people, pick your favorite dessert and just have a small slice of pie or whatever that may be.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in you telling us about some alcoholic beverages and how we can handle that during the holiday season.
Yes.
Just drink White Claw.
So alcohol
Do love me some White Claws.
is probably a big center of a lot of our celebrations, but I will say alcohol has calories and little nutritional value to it. So, and also recommendation, women 1 per day or 7 per week, men 2 per day or 14 per week.
Wow, why can't I be a man? I could get so much more alcohol in and not have to worry about the extra calories that I'm taking in. You can have 14 drinks per week.
Per week, this is per week too, not per night.
2 a day.
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
glasses of wine a night.
So that's the healthy recommendation.
So does that work if you were to say have don't drink Monday through Thursday and then have all 14 of your drinks on Friday and Saturday?
Smart.
Does that work or is that
Good thinking.
You're within the recommendation, but that probably is binge drinking.
So spread it out.
Yes, but keep in mind, so it's dehydrating. So when you're doing alcohol, maybe have your drink and then grab a water or a non-alcoholic beverage in between to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
If you choose the water too, you're cutting out even more calories.
I love water, but it's so hard to put down the alcohol drink.
Yeah,
And pick up
it's just
the
being
water.
mindful. So it's, like have your drink slowly, enjoy it, put it down. Mixers, that's a big thing. So whatever you like to drink, try to do maybe like a diet soda in place of a regular. Club soda works with fruit, water.
Mm-hmm.
If you like juice, try doing your drink. Like if you like vodka cranberry, for example, get your vodka cranberry, but maybe you do vodka water splash or vodka soda splash. You're cutting out calories. Avoid cocktails that have a lot of simple syrup in them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, ask the bartender if they can make a skinny version. A lot of times that will mean there's a lot less
Then they're going
calories
to be
and
like,
added sugar.
oh, I don't want to deal with this client.
Yeah, they might, but it's their job.
Yeah.
So to serve you,
So back to the food. Thanksgiving dinner ends, and then my favorite part of Thanksgiving is like the next 3 or 4 days when I have like turkey sandwiches, white bread,
Leftovers.
Miracle Whip, or mayonnaise,
Yum.
cracked pepper, and turkey. Like I probably eat. I don't know what the weekly recommendation for a man is on turkey sandwiches, but I probably will eat a good dozen of them.
I would just say with the sandwiches, maybe try to replace your white bread with a whole grain option or even a
Perfect.
wrap.
Yeah.
Throw some variety in there. Load it up with veggies. You can do spinach. You can do hummus on there. Add in some peppers, cucumbers.
What if I add in like my veggies from the Thanksgiving dinner? My green beans and my
Green bean
corn and
casserole?
my-
So be very careful with the casserole items because
Yeah.
they're going to be made with high fat, high sodium soup usually. They have cream. They have butter,
Yeah.
cheese.
There's one thing I do not like in this world is green bean casserole. I like almost all foods, but I don't like green bean
So
casserole.
random because it's such a basic casserole. I
like
feel
It
cheese
is,
with green
yeah.
beans with cheese whiz.
cheese. Well, I don't know.
Cheese whiz,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what I'm talking about. Cheese. There's cheese in there,
Well, yeah, cheese makes everything better. So
except for green beans.
Maybe.
So, I mean, this opportunity we can kind of talk about. Are you attending the meal, or are you preparing the meal? Are you
I
asked
am
to bring a
preparing
dish?
the meal this
You're
year.
preparing.
Yeah.
Well, if you're preparing the meal, you have the opportunity to kind of provide some,
everyone.
provide some healthier options for your guests.
yeah.
So,
They'll be thrilled.
they might not even know, though. So, I
That's
mean, a
true.
lot of recipes, you can cut the salt, you can cut the fat, use oil instead of the butter. Baking, sugar can be reduced. Look up some recipes that have modifications to make them just a little bit healthier.
I'm going to call all my family members and say, can you please make my dinner a little bit healthier because I have to get ready for my wedding. This is why I'm really excited. I need to start now.
Yes,
This is
another
the hardest
wonderful
time.
idea, because if you have someone that will support you, sit with them or talk to your family. I'm trying to kind of cut down or...
Yeah. If they would listen, that's a different story. But these are all really awesome tips. Do you have any other last tips that you can give us before we go into photos?
Well,
I would just say go kind of slow with your meal and enjoy it and savor it. We're not, that's the whole point of the holidays is
that
to
is my
enjoy
tip,
it.
Yeah.
That is a good
So
tip.
eat slow, enjoy, put your fork down between bites. When you're done, sit there and say, am I still hungry before I go up for seconds? Because you're probably not. Clear your plate and get up from the table and go socialize with your family, and then you're less likely to kind of graze on what's left over.
Savoring is a good strategy. So I could sit down with like a whole sleeve of Chips Ahoy cookies and milk, and I could eat those
Yum.
in 3 minutes if I wanted. I could literally just scarf them down, or I can just take 4 Chips Ahoy cookies downstairs with a cup of coffee
With some
and
milk or
just
coffee.
just take a bite every now and then. It's not easy, but
That's me with chips. I have to pour them out of the bag or I will eat
Yeah, don't
them.
take the whole
Portion them,
bag.
yeah. Do it
That's a good
before
tip.
you sit down, and then you kind of know. It's being mindful. It's recognizing satiety and knowing when we've had enough.
when we get to Christmas time too, that's when it gets just too much, because it's generally there's lots of parties leading up to Christmas. Then you got Christmas Eve followed by Christmas Day, and then you have all the leftovers.
People are so giving then. They just want to bake you all this great food and give you all this food.
And
so
all
it
the
is
celebrations with your friends and with your family and then with your employees and your coworkers. So
Yeah.
it's a lot.
hard. It's too bad, because like eating is like one of the greatest joys in life.
And it's meant to be joyful. So, I mean, just enjoy in moderation.
Yeah, you're right. I think what is hard is when you see all that food out, you automatically are like, okay, I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to go and get
Yes.
this, and this, because I
Yes.
didn't fill my plate with this the
And
first time.
repeat.
Right.
Yeah, and repeat. So maybe we can tell people to not make such huge portions.
Is there an option, like, is it bad for you to like just totally gorge yourself at these holiday dinners, but then the next day go to the gym or go for a jog, and maybe for the next week after the meal you just eat really healthy? Is that an option? or
No,
is that-
I would say that's perfect. That's what we want you to do. But I wouldn't say gorge, but I would do all those other
love to
things
gorge.
too. I wouldn't gorge. I would try not to. But I mean, you want to keep active and you want to keep doing, your healthy eating outside of the meal.
I know. Usually when I eat it's something like that, I feel like I'm going to have a food baby after.
Yeah, you go into that itis where you're so tired and you just want to sleep.
But
too.
do you feel good, when you're all full and
No,
you're like,
I don't.
oh,
Not at
I
all.
wish I didn't overstuff myself. Like, oh,
Yeah, there's always regret.
yes.
Yeah.
I've been being a little bit more mindful lately, and that's my biggest thing is I'm like, wow, I don't feel like crap after I just ate my dinner. This is nice. I wake up in the morning, I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel so much better than when I eat a gallon of ice cream before bed.
When I was a youngster, I could eat anything. 24 hours a day I could eat, and I couldn't
Same.
eat. I wanted to gain weight, and I couldn't. But now, when I get to that point where it gets over 205 and then into the teens, my knees hurt, my back hurts.
Oh, that's what we have to look forward to.
Yeah, but it does not when I am lean. When I'm lean down around 200 or below, it's so.
We
I
want
use
to stay
as
at that healthy
motivation.
body weight. Yeah.
Right, and that's what usually happens to me in the spring. I enter the spring totally overweight, and then I go to play golf, and I feel like I ran a marathon, and both of my knees hurt, and so that's usually what motivates me. But I can't, it's like they position these holidays at the perfect time. Plus, I think just winter itself makes you want to eat.
Yeah, it does.
It's cold.
Go into hibernation.
Yeah.
You don't have that motivation maybe to get up and go move. And
Yeah, when it's so cold, you're like, I'm going to go outside for a jog.
yeah, right, under 3 feet of snow. But try to stay active, though. I mean, walk around your building in between, like at your lunch, park farther away, get more steps in, do what you can at home.
I need you in my ear just every morning, like, okay, park farther, walk those stairs instead of that elevator.
Take the stairs, small things we can do. So these are lifestyle changes, right? So if we can apply these through the holidays and through, any holiday or any occasion, you're going to be in a good spot.
Those are all reasonable tips.
Right.
You make a good case.
Yeah.
So
you're very persuading, too, so I'm gonna listen to you, and I'm going to try and do it this holiday season.
I did bring you guys a healthy green bean casserole recipe. I know you don't like it, but...
That's awesome.
Yes.
You have to try it.
We're going to feature a Rural Health Day at Newark, so I brought some for you guys to try. What's that?
What makes it healthy?
So instead of using the soup and the crispy
Cream
onions...
of mushroom soup, yeah.
You use fresh mushrooms and onions and kind of saute it, and you make a little sauce and put it over the green beans.
Make the sauce with...
oil, onions, mushrooms. It's got a tiny bit, like 2 tablespoons of heavy cream.
That sounds actually really
broth. So
yeah, that sounds better to me than the traditional green bean casserole.
All right, well,
I just don't like the
it.
orange cheese and the canned stringy green beans. I don't like that. I think if green bean casserole is made with like fresh green beans,
yeah. You're talking like French style.
Well, everybody makes it. They take the can of green beans. They're soupy and stringy. And then
throw it right in.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I also don't like steamed peas. I do like peas in a pasta dish, but I don't like them steamed. Those are the only 2 things in the world I don't like.
But you'll eat like the weirdest things, like
I'll
tripe
eat anything else.
and weird things like
that. What, tripe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I eat tripe.
Yeah.
So anyways, we've gone a little too long.
Yeah.
This was very interesting.
I know. I'm so glad you came.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
You're going to have to try that green bean casserole. Maybe I'll make it.
Please do.
Okay.
But we're keeping you here, and we're going to go through the local photos, and you have to pick your favorite. So you're going to watch it on the screen and try and remember which one's your favorite. We're going to start with a great view after the snow in Wayne County. Yeah. Photo by Kathy Content. Oh, that makes me cold.
Yes.
I'm not ready for it yet.
It's going to get a long winter.
Yeah. 5-6 months left of this. Next up is an interesting shot by Daniel Swingle, Sandy Bottom Before the Snow.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty.
Huh, that's cool. Sandy Bottom. Never heard of it. It's like we're in Bikini Bottom.
I was going to say, it sounds like vacation.
A stoic eagle captured by Steve Eichhorn.
That's a nice one.
I love it. I love it because the sky behind it is just so blue. Next up is a shot by Travis Smith, A Very Cold Pier Before the Storm. Awesome.
Canandaigua Lake.
Love that.
Houses. Good.
Oh, they're all getting so cold already, these pictures. Chris Trine captured this unique look at Wolcott Creek in Wayne County.
That's awesome.
Wow, that doesn't look too wintry yet.
That was a week ago, probably.
That's awesome. Shelley captured this great shot of a flag against a weathered brick building in Orleans.
Oh, U.S. peace flag.
Never seen that.
I haven't either.
Cool. It felt like fall last week in this photo from Election Day taken by Finger Lakes One's very own Josh Durso. Oh, did he lay on the ground for that? Did he go all out for us? That's a pretty cool photo.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it. Next up is a wintry scene from last week. This one taken along Castle Street in Geneva, but I have no clue who took it. Maybe Josh again?
In Waterloo?
In Geneva.
Oh, in Geneva? I don't think that was Josh.
It doesn't say, but...
That is that looks like a nice house to go for your holiday dinner.
It sure does. They have a nice dining room area
full of
everyone
food
to sit. Yeah, food that you can't indulge on. Okay. Ed Traffigan photographed this fiery sky in Yates County. Beautiful. My favorite. And Tracy Marie sent us this quiet shot after a fresh dusting of snow last week.
fresh dusting. Got some snow last night here in Seneca Falls.
It sure did in my area, too.
Lake effect.
Steve Eichhorn shared this photo of a cold bird as the snow started to fall. What kind of...
That is a heron.
Wow, I never see him like that. He looks cold.
Looks
You're
freezing.
Right. He looks like he's miserable.
Looks like he's got a shawl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's like covered up. Mark Engelbrecht shot this Canisius wetlands in an interesting photo. Whoa. Is that in black and white or are my eyes just really
Black
bad?
and white.
That's a cool photo.
That is.
Kind of looks Halloween-y. And finally, Janet Aiken captured a brant in Geneva.
There he is.
Oh, that's a fairly rare bird for this area. That's why
You say so.
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
I haven't seen one of those in my yard.
Me neither. I can't even tell. It's like a mix of a pigeon and
It's a brant.
a brant. Wow.
So,
Wow, those were all our photos, and now we're going to let you pick first.
I think I liked the one that was least wintry.
Yes.
It had the little creek there. I think
Wolcott
it was Wayne
Creek, yeah.
County.
Yep, the unique look at Wolcott Creek. I loved that too. But, I am going to go with, surprisingly, I'm going to go with the very cold pier before the storm, the
Canandaigua
Lake ones.
well, I agree with our guest. This was one I would have picked too. So,
Yeah, well, I couldn't pick
Chris
it.
Trine. Chris Trine.
Yep, Chris Trine. Congratulations. I think that's an awesome picture. It makes us look forward to
There's
fall
depth.
already.
Up close, you have some greenery that's right there in front of you, but you can also go way beyond that down the creek, and it still is interesting. And
The color change in the leaves and everything.
great.
It's great. Congratulations, Chris Trine. And if you would like to share your local photos from across the Finger Lakes, you can click on the link in the Submit Content section at the bottom right of our homepage at fingerlakes1.com. And now, speaking of over-indulging, you went to Nolan's in Canandaigua. Did you overindulge when you went?
yeah, I did. I did. Now, I haven't been to Nolan's since the new one opened. I like to go to restaurants. I've been to Nolan's in the past, but then they had the fire, and they rebuilt, and I hadn't been. So I went Saturday.
Please tell me how it was, because I was supposed to go too, and I didn't the other day.
It's great. Nolan's is definitely solid. Not much has changed in that regard. The new place is pretty sweet as you walk in there. Now, if you go on the far side, they have an indoor-outdoor area that basically giant windows that they open up in the summer and they
Cool.
close in the winter, and a fireplace. We didn't eat in that room, but I did take note of that. It was crowded. I think Canandaigua football was playing in the sectional championship game that night. It was on TV. A lot of people were watching that, and it was a full house for sure. And typical steakhouse menu. You got steaks, you got pasta, you got seafood, and you got your chicken and veal.
Oh, it all sounds so good.
It's all solid, and I use that term solid. I don't know if Nolan's is a top 5 restaurant of mine.
No? You
Well-
have a lot of restaurant options and choices that you go to.
But it's
so.
probably top 10, I think. I mean, they do a really good job. And this is what I ordered, chicken French.
Oh,
Now, why chicken
Love
French?
chicken.
Sometimes when I don't eat at a place in a long time, I like to get like either chicken French or chicken Marsala, sometimes even chicken parm instead of a steak or seafood, and that's kind of the mood I was in. So I ate all that, and it was great. The sauce was delicious. I could have used a little more pasta underneath those chicken breasts, but
or you didn't need it if you were being healthy.
true. But it was delicious, and some other people in my party. That's a lobster roll. The lighting was if someone was around my camera, I didn't really take great pics, but
Not your
lobster
best
roll
work.
looked pretty dang good.
Yeah, it did.
This was a filet with fries. Again, not that impressive looking, but delicious steak.
Mm-hmm.
And they chose fries. I wouldn't have chose fries with my filet. I would have got a vegetable or potato. But who am I to judge what
Right.
people like? So here's a
guru.
lobster tail with some pasta on the side. That looked pretty dang good. And this was my dessert. It was a giant piece of chocolate cake.
So healthy. But you have that coffee in there too, which is great, right? Coffee's good for you to an extent.
Yeah. But overall, impressions are the same as it was in the old Nolans. It's great. It's fantastic. Everything was awesome. The service was a little slow that night. There was one point when every single person at our table had no drink.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no.
And to me, that's not great. Because first of all, as a restaurant, you're costing yourself a little money. And second of all, you want something to drink at all times, right? Wasn't just one or two people that were out. The whole table was out. So it was an extensive time. But, I'm not here to really critique. I think Nolan's is great.
The food was great. So you would recommend us going and trying out the food?
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. I haven't been there either since
it's a great atmosphere, too. Good. It's great.
Awesome.
Worth the drive from Seneca Falls to Canandaigua.
Yeah, I agree. I will have to actually go there. I had the choice to go to Nolans, and then we were too lazy and we ended up going to Portico, but it was just as good. I need to know, though, what the weekend weather is going to look like, because I'm sure it's going to be cold and miserable from here on out.
It is. Friday, we're looking at a chance of rain after 11 a.m., just a 30% chance. Other than that, partly sunny, high near 39. Southwest wind, 8-14 miles an hour, becoming west in the afternoon. The snow will start to melt. We might not have any more snow by Saturday.
Wow.
But Friday night, you're looking at a low of 16.
Makes me cold just thinking about it.
Too early.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Wow. Hearing that from you, you like the cold weather, I feel
at night when it's cold, it's okay.
Yeah. I still turn my fan on and freeze even more.
Saturday, sunny with a high near 27, so that's going to be a nice day. I'll be at crisp, but it'll be nice. Sun will be shining. Again, Saturday night down into the mid-teens. And then Sunday, we start to warm up, partly sunny, high near 36, and then head back to work Monday. It should be into the lower 40s by then. So this early polar plunge that we've taken this week is not an indication that fall's over yet. So we still are going to have, I still think we'll get into the 50s a couple times this month. So don't worry.
That is the glass half full that I like to see. So I have a question for you quick. If somebody wants to work with a dietitian, to work with you, how would they get a hold of you?
I'm actually not the outpatient dietitian at Clifton.
Oh, okay.
So you could contact Paige Hudson. She's the dietitian, the outpatient one. A lot of times you can get a referral from your doctor, too.
Oh, nice.
If you were interested.
And so, like, you don't do anything, do you do anything on the side? Like, do you help people, or you're just in...
Not right now.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that means it's in the future.
Maybe in the future.
So, yeah, and our tips are pretty much don't overindulge is your biggest thing. Portion, healthier choices, the stuff that we should be doing every day, I feel like. But
yes, you want to integrate these tips every day into your life to just lead a healthier lifestyle in general.
But in the holidays, you have to think about it. Be a little bit more
make
mindful.
It count more. Yeah.
The number one thing that I do in the summer that I don't do in the winter is I just say no. So for whatever reason, when the weather's warm and there's a bag of chips in the cupboard, or I'll say no, I don't need it.
Wow!
But I can't say no in the winter for some reason. I just take it and eat it all.
We're gonna do Eve's action, and you're gonna have to report to Eve in the summertime and see how your winter goals went.
It's all about most of your tips revolve around just making smart choices.
Yeah, I mean, we want to enjoy everything we like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's not about cutting things out. It's about moderating.
That's great to hear, really, because it's so hard for me to cut out mashed potatoes.
No, and who wants to do that? I mean,
well,
that's my favorite part is the mashed potatoes.
All those fad diets and stuff that are out there, they all say to cut all the good stuff out.
No, and that's not necessary. I mean,
to go like with a keto or one of those diets, you're not a fan of those?
If you are, I'm not going to say I'm a fan or not. If you are going to do it, I recommend working with a dietitian just to make sure you're not missing out on any nutrients.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, if you're think about cutting out food group, you're going to cut out probably specific nutrients, vitamins, minerals, etc. So we don't want to become deficient. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times people, they Google things, they find unreliable information.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah.
I've been like, oh man, if I eat one hot dog and one cracker for the next 3 days, I'm going to lose 10 pounds.
Right, the grapefruit diet, etc. Yeah, we don't want to cut things out, and most importantly, you want it to be safe and be healthy. So
you are so right. I'm glad you came because you're helping me out too. I get this information for free.
And it's good to start thinking that way now.
Yeah, I have my first Thanksgiving dinner next weekend. I have it next weekend, and then I have on Thanksgiving, then I have it that Saturday after Thanksgiving, and I have another one on Thanksgiving.
I'm cooking my daughter's 14th birthday. She wants lasagna, so I'm making lasagna for like 20-something people on Sunday before Thanksgiving, then hosting Thanksgiving on Thursday for a dozen or so people. I don't know how many.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of leftovers.
Got your hands full.
Make healthy choices. Use low-fat ricotta, right? Things like that.
Yeah, you could do, lean beef. Yeah. Or even do turkey. People never even know.
I don't. I'm going to make it the way I always do. People are going to like it.
Wow. Moderation's and portion.
Yeah, but moderation. Just don't eat as much.
I'm so glad that you came, though, to give some tips. I hope it helps some people out there.
Yes,
And maybe you can challenge everybody.
Yeah.
Challenge them all to be more mindful. And we had a quick app update, right? People need to go and check us out on our app.
But we updated our free Android or iPhone app, the Finger Lakes One free Android and iPhone app.
This podcast will be on that app, and now there's a place that you can go and click right on it. More options.
We just added some more options right on the main screen, and specifically the FL1 radio tab is right there. This actually is simulcast on FL1 radio, which is a little easier to listen to in the car than having to download the YouTube video. And then our podcast tab that you see there, all our active. We slacked. We're missing a few shows on that tab. They've been added, so all the episodes are there.
Awesome.
It's free, so go download it. If you already have it now, it'll tell you there's some new content available, and you say yes, and you'll get the new version.
Go us. We're awesome here at fingerlakes1.com. But that is all the time we have. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Eve.
Thank you, guys.
It was a great show. Thank you, everybody out there, for joining us and watching. If you enjoyed the show, you can click like, you can share with your friends, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will see you, of course, next Wednesday. And until then, have a great November weekend here in the Finger Lakes.